Okay, so we spoke about the different types of therapies in terms of PCT, CBT. There's also psychotherapy.
Yes.
There's also art psychotherapy. I'm a big proponent of art psychotherapy.
I know. Can you tell us more about that?
So art psychotherapy, although I'm not trained in it, I
Yes.
do have done psychotherapy myself. So what they do is they try to engage your creative mind while talking about your
Yeah.
life. So the one that I went for is where my therapist used to make me draw or paint or I don't know, sketch. And I'm not good at any of these things. Okay,
You don't have to be.
yeah, you don't have to be.
Yeah.
And that's the best part. And I remember I was doing, I don't know what I was doing. We were talking about my childhood, right? And then how, again, psychotherapy. So you speak about your childhood. It's a big part of what Freud said. So we were there.
Yeah.
It's just art involved now. So while I was drawing like a river and like fishies and all of that. And I said fishies, see?
Back to childhood.
Back to childhood. And then she goes like, what did you draw? I was like, koi fishes. Look at me. I drew koi fishes. Like, why are they all different color? I was like, what do you mean? Why are they all primary childish colors? And I was like, I'm here thinking, look at me, I'm drawing koi fishes. I was like, look at me. And then she's just like, look, they're all different colored.
Yeah.
They're all representative of the fact that your inner child needs work. And that was such a great moment to understand that, right? And then I started taking workshops with them, and I learned a lot about how anger gets stuck in your body and how anger is a protective feature and how sorrow needs to be navigated all through clay modeling and symbol work.
Yeah.
And that is a very interesting space to get into because it's not, especially for people who find it difficult to talk.
Yeah, it's very expressive.
It's very
Yeah.
expressive. It's a big benefit because I feel like, and I know a lot of people who have the struggle of just opening up,
Yeah.
right?
You're just staring at me.
Have the trouble of opening up.
We're looking at Zoha, by the way.
I'm aware of it though. That's what's the issue.
But yes, that awareness goes a long way in this
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Because I feel like because it's not as black and white as, I am telling her things and she's like inferring things. So you're not challenging your therapist because a lot of people come and challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of, I don't know if in your experience this has happened, but people sit in front of you and they go like, so this happened to me. What do you think about that?
Yeah. They want
I
you
don't know,
to
man. You
shut
tell
up.
me.
Exactly that has happened to me. Exactly
I don't know,
that.
man. You tell me. I'm not going to tell you.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, how do you feel about it?
That's
Okay,
more
are you going to ask me about
important.
my feelings? I love teenagers. It's not there. So this is the main struggle or problem we face, right? Expression is such a big part of it. And if you ever consider taking up therapy as professionals, I think art psychotherapy is a great space because we also get stuck. And it's a great place to open up and get into stuff ourselves. And a lot of couples can also benefit from art psychotherapy. I don't know if there are art psychotherapy classes though.
Could be.
Could be. Or sessions though. There could
Yeah.
be. But they would also benefit because there's so much things that are stuck between them, right? And in marriage counseling and family counseling, there's a lot that goes on. Not that I'm very well versed in it. I know that we recently did a deep down research on it.
Yes.
Deep dive research on it for our students or interns. So tell me a little bit about what you guys have learned so far. So I know about Gottman. I know about
Main
Gottman.
guy.
Tell us more. Who is Gottman?
Okay, I'll tell you. So first of all, we need to know for couples therapy, there are many different kinds of therapies. To name a few, there's narrative therapy, there's cognitive behavioral couples therapy just for couples, and so on. Like there's so many. What we did was deep dive into Gottman's method, and we so basically Gottman and his wife, I don't remember.
Mrs. Gottman.
Mrs. Gottman.
Yeah, that'll do.
Dr. and Mrs. Gottman. Dr. and Dr. Gottman.
Dr. and Dr. Gottman.
Yeah. So they both came up with this theory of a sound house method. So it's basically where you have these different levels of how to build trust and commitment on the side, and then how there are different levels of how you can make love maps for each other and get to know each other. So basically, the whole idea behind it is 5:1 ratio, where you say or do 5 positive things to 1 negative thing that you say or do to each other. So it's the 5:1 ratio. There are certain population that won't benefit from it. For example, if there's domestic abuse and violence involved, that won't work. Or if there's an ongoing marital, extramarital affair, ongoing. So
So if
these
it's
two
happened
cases,
in the past, that's fine.
yeah, then you can, if both of them want to work towards some marriage, then yes, it can work. But if there's an ongoing extramarital affair, it won't work. So these are the 2 cases where it won't work. But yeah, he did a case, like a longitudinal study of maybe 4 decades. And he had like 3,000 couples. He did a research on them. And most of them came out happy, whoever did all of these things of, doing 5 positive things to 1 negative thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is...
So I think this was way back when, right? Like the research that was on 5:1.
Yeah, yeah.
I think now it's 8:1.
Is it?
I think so. I think now is if you want to nullify 1 bad thing, you have to do 8
8 good
positive things.
Yeah.
Unless that has also changed now.
Yeah.
gone
And
up.
increase.
It keeps changing.
I think it is 8:1. I think to
Okay.
nullify the effect of 1 bad thing that has happened to you, 8 good things have to happen, or negative feelings that you have. So in an organizational setting, they say, if a boss yells at their employee, the boss then has to do 8 appraisals to get rid of that one. Yeah,
Okay.
1 feeling of betrayal and disappointment that they feel.
I think it makes sense also because
Yeah.
seeing the stress around nowadays, I think it makes sense to do 8 good things to 1
I
negative.
just become very mindful.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
In my nephew's timetable, is that still what it's called?
Timetable, yeah.
Yes, that is still
I
one.
hope so.
Okay, good, awesome. So his timetable, he has a well-being day, like a well-being period
That's so nice.
That's so
Yes.
nice.
That's
in
what I'm
regular
trying
life,
to see
regular
more.
school.
What
That
do
is
they do
amazing.
in the well-being?
No
period?
idea. He's never going to tell me.
Oh,
he does
okay.
not
Oh, he
communicate.
Art therapy.
I go like, how's school? It's good.
That's good.
How would you do? I don't want to tell you. Okay.
Draw it for me.
Draw it for me. I don't want to.
No. So easy to talk to kids
So
nowadays.
it's like, no, I don't want to. Very
So
open.
cute.
Do you want to come with me? I do not feel like I want to. Kids come with so much autonomy and understanding. it's perfect.
Yeah.
So in family counseling, sorry, in marriage counseling, you have to be aware of the marital situation.
Yeah.
And then go for marriage counseling. I think one of the things is that you're unable to find that understanding first, isn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think two people
The
ever on the
communication.
same page. Yeah, they're ever on the same page
Yeah.
enough
Yeah.
to go like, yeah, let's do it. And let's see if we can work through it.
Also, that is like a very later stage. I think first you have to accept that there's a problem within the marriage. And
Yeah.
also, even if you accept it, I don't think therapy is the first thing that comes to their mind.
No, I know so
It
many
doesn't.
people that one person is suggesting a therapy, couples therapy, and the other one's in denial. They're
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not going to go couples therapy.
Yeah,
so
and
they can never
culturally-
get to that point.
Exactly. And even
Yeah.
culturally speaking, like there's so much
Yeah.
stigma.
That's also probably a reason why one half would say no.
Yeah.
They're like, what will my family think?
Exactly.
But why do we have to tell them?
Exactly. That's also a cultural thing. That
Why do we have
everyone's
to?
in each other's business.
Everyone's in each other's business. That's
That
true.
makes it harder.
That
So
does make
again,
it harder.
creating that boundary.
That's such a great point because even though you feel like you can separate your marriage from the families or friends that are involved, it's not always possible.
Especially if you invite them, like, oh, this person did this. What's your opinion? And you start asking loads of people. You're involving everyone in your business in that sense. You're
Yeah.
inviting
That's
them in.
that's a great advice.
Yeah.
That's actually a very good advice right
Yeah.
there. If you feel like you're facing some struggles, instead of communicating it with everybody else, communicate with the person that you're
Yes,
having the
exactly.
struggle with.
Exactly. That's
And
so important.
Couples therapy does not only mean, I know it is applied for marriage counseling is obviously
Yeah.
for marriage counseling, but couples therapy, interestingly enough, can also be between like a daughter and a mum,
Yeah.
two friends,
No
people.
one knows that, I feel.
Yeah.
No one does it.
No.
Two friends are not going to go and sit
But
and
isn't that family counseling then?
that does come into family counseling,
Yeah.
but friends
Yeah.
don't tend to go for family counseling.
Yeah, I've not seen that.
It's very rare in our parts of the world.
Yeah.
Friends don't go for therapy together.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that would really benefit, especially you've known someone for like 20 odd years and then you feel like, my God, you've
That's
changed.
so interesting.
You have
That is
changed
so
as a person. Because you do change as a person.
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
years is a long time.
Yeah.
7 years, your
It's
cells
natural.
Yeah.
die. Every 7 years, you're a new person. So in that case, by 20 years, you're going to have difficulties with your friend. And I would love to see two friends sit together and discuss
Yeah.
the struggles they're facing. But
I
it's
feel
not.
like people think it's blood relatives, family, or a husband or a wife,
Yeah.
or anything to do with relatives because you're stuck with them by blood. But they think friends, it's like, oh, we're not related, I can drop them in that sense. Like,
Correct.
just
Yeah.
defriend them or something.
Yeah.
Correct. It comes down to how important you think
Yeah.
the fellow person is
Yeah.
for you. Because a lot of people value, so in my case, for example, I value friends as much as I value family,
Yeah.
right? But a lot of people don't have similar mindsets. Different people have a different ideology. Some say blood is thicker than water. Some say, friends I've chosen, family I've chosen. This is the language that you hear outside.
Yeah, you do.
So based on the ideology, then you go for therapy. Have you done therapy yourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's mandated for
Yeah.
us, though,
Yeah.
right? Have
I've done like coaching.
done coaching.
Yeah.
And what is something that you learned in your own experience that you would like other people to learn?
I like the idea that someone was guiding me through, giving me tools,
Right.
and just like questioning my thoughts, because it wasn't fully therapy, but still they could ask me questions that made me reflect on the way I'm thinking or why I'm doing such things when I can just do something else. Like I never really put that thought in my mind in the first place, so it helped me, I guess, like readjust my mindset in a way.
Reprocessing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The word I forgot. Yeah, fantastic. Amazing. What about you, Mangi? What did you learn from therapy? Come on, you must have learned something. Okay, while you think on it, I'll tell you what I learned.
Okay.
Okay, so what I learned from therapy was that if it doesn't work the first time, try somebody else or
Yeah.
try something else, right? Therapy is not necessarily, or a certain type of talk therapy or a certain type of cognitive, person-centered psychotherapy might not be for everyone, but that doesn't mean this world of healing for your brain is not for you. So you just need to find what actually works for you and not be, like averse to trying more. There is a cost attached, which I know
Yeah.
can be hard, but around the world you get online help, which may be cheaper.
Yeah.
And again, we shouldn't advocate for that because, well, okay. But still,
It's there though.
it's there though. It exists. And that is one of the key takeaways I would have is to keep trying different things. And also not to just go to one person. We have that medical habit. Oh, this is my GP, my family
Yeah.
GP.
You can try different people.
Yeah. Do different things
Absolutely.
at once.
I've had people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, I tried therapist, didn't work out for me." I'm like, "Try another therapist."
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the same CBT,
Yeah.
just try another person.
Yeah.
Maybe they have like different cultural norms or something. One person you connect to, maybe it's gender. So many different variations, but it doesn't mean you stop.
And interestingly enough, place they went to has different people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just
I
try
recommend
another
this
person.
all the
Yeah.
time. I say it's trial and error. You're gonna connect with someone or you don't, but that doesn't mean you stop or you think, oh, I've already signed up to them, so it's offensive now, etc.
You don't have to. This is one very key takeaway. Do not feel like you're offending the therapist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're never
Yeah.
going to get
They're
offended.
never.
I need
Then
more
a
people to hear
clinician,
this.
a professional,
Yeah.
they're never going to get offended.
They understand it.
Yeah. They go like, yeah, there's a high chance they feel it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge chance that they feel like, yeah, this is not working for you.
Yeah.
And I myself have gone around telling people, I think you should go to this doctor
Yeah.
and not me, because I don't think we can build that journey. And then I go around then referring them further. Now it's your turn. You see how I didn't forget? Cognitive training. Go on.
I think something that I've learned giving therapy and receiving therapy is that give it time. People come in, like the first topic we talked about is, fix me. They come with a certain time limit that by, in 6 months I should be okay. So I don't, it's yeah. And also healing from something is not like, okay, one day you're sad, then the graph just goes up. and you're just feeling much better. Now I'm fixed. No, you'll go up, and then you may have bad days and go
And
up,
that's
and then
natural.
have good days. It's
Yeah.
very natural to
Yeah.
have that. So I think going with the mindset that it'll take time, it'll take a lot of effort from your side, and also just like you said, if one thing is not working, then go do something else and see if that's working. So again, for that you need patience and time. So I think time.
Time.
What about patience? You just said patience.
Time is the
I like how you're doing your own thematic analysis. Like you're putting it down there and then you're going down, narrow,
like time.
filter, time. What's the theme of the study? Time. But what I do understand from what you mean is because people don't have these times, right?
yeah.
There are many like support systems available.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not as available and as fluent in nature as in other countries that, there's community management, there's support
Yes.
management, support groups. Here, we have different places trying to get on with the well-being setting.